de Janeiro, Rio 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 de Janeiro.
I was excited to have a study abroad experience, especially in Brazil. It would be my first time working alongside international students on a project.
Participating in this, it was very appealing to me just by the fact that I was going to be able to meet some important teachers and professors from related fields to my study field.
When I first signed up, I was expecting to learn a lot of things. I was also expecting to improve my English.
Yeah, interacting with the Brazilian students has completely changed the experience for me. I've traveled before to other countries. The experience is completely different being with someone that knows the country. I understand so much more and I've learned so much more from this experience than I would have without them.
We were able to recognize the similarities between the culture that I come from, the culture that they come from, and the diverse group that we had along with us. They definitely enlightened me with a lot more.
A business case problem on how to have an energy company primarily focusing on fossil fuel and oil production and into a renewable transition into renewable energy.
The program was very interesting since we had like 8 weeks to prepare in order to develop our cases.
The way it was planned, the possibility, the fact that we got to meet with so many companies which we wouldn't be able to otherwise, the fact that Campus B was able to use their connections to give us the opportunity to interact with so many professionals in the industry, and that is something that the program definitely offered, and that increased my positive opinions about the program. We were able to work with employees of different energy companies. We were able to work with professionals who have been researching about this. And we were able to work with Brazilian students who live the reality of all of this plays into the Brazilian culture. So the presentation today was us putting all our understanding from the resources that we had together and synthesizing it to provide recommendations of how the company should move forward and where they should invest their money next.
The most challenging part for me was to have to explain the Brazilian social scenario to people that do not have the eye on it. I did show ideas and I show how they would actually be applied in the Brazilian scenario.
Certainly the biggest challenge that we had to overcome in order to do a case appropriately was the communication problems. We used different channels of communication.
We had to find times in common on online platforms to be able to collaborate on this project.
We did study together during meetings on internet, like Zoom meetings.
It was necessary for me to understand the steps in which you culturally can get proximity and familiarity with someone in order to get from them an effective communication in a reciprocal way.
So we gained a lot of the context for our problem and a lot of the understanding of the initial problem from just talking with the Brazilian students. I remember our first team meeting, all we did was basically just ask questions. Research can only get you so far, but you really need the experience to be able to, the first-hand evidence to be able to understand the problems.
This program wouldn't have been the same without the Brazilian students. I think that the students are the ones that open the door for me when it comes to understanding the culture, especially language barriers have been really hard without other students.
The Brazilian students were all great they all speak amazing English. I wish I could speak Portuguese like that, but it's the little things that are the cultural differences that are tiny but are a lot, and again, that's just something that makes it fascinating to travel and learn about other cultures.
So it was very beneficial, especially for me, but for sure for the Illinois students as well.
I didn't expect the professionalism of the Brazilians and Americans leaders of this project. It was so good, and I would like to appreciate Campus B and University of Illinois to that opportunities.
So the most impactful moment from the program for me has been, we just gave our final presentations, and I think the build-up of that, I felt like I learned so much when I was putting together the presentation last night.
A dream to be able to go to a country and interact with those people and see the country through their lens, and I think this is a program that you should definitely try out, and it is a lifetime experience.